One more time for the one time for the winning team, man. One time for the winning team, man. Y'all know who it is, man. Y'all know what's going on. It's your boy Truth, short for Truth Over Narrative. Welcome to A Side Boxing Talk. We got a new place. You know what I mean? Y'all see the new background. We trying to improve this thing, man, and get this thing a little better. You know what I'm saying? So, um, we here, man. We here. Y'all see what's going on. We got Shadasia Green coming on live with us today. We're gonna do a nice little interview. You know what I mean? She definitely kicking ass and taking names in the sport of women's boxing. So, if they hot, they got to come in and check in with A side, man. So we here and we here for that again. I appreciate you joining me. I appreciate you tuning in. I know most of y'all rocking with me because
Most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
that's a fact, man. That's a fact, though. That's why y'all here with A side, man. So yeah, man. Again, new little setting, new environment. You know what I mean? We trying to move around, get our wiggle on a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we here, man. We here. So yeah, man. We got Shadasia coming on at let me see, at 6 o'clock. So in about 7 minutes, she'll be on with us. Um, man, I know y'all see that Canelo on the card they just announced, man, looking crazy. I know y'all see that Canelo card looking crazy. I'm interested in that one, man. So you got Erickson Lubin versus Jesus Ramos. You know what I mean? Fight at 154. I think that's a pivotal fight right there, man. That's a real important fight for the sport of boxing, simply because you got a guy in Erickson Lubin. Been top contender for a lot of years. You know what I'm saying? Took a stumble early in his career against Jermell Charlo, that first round KO. Came back, fought his way back, fought a couple eliminated fights. Then we seen him stumble again versus Sebastian Fundora. We also seen in a fight that he was winning too. So it ain't like, he was in that fight against Fundora. He was just losing and getting beat up and then got stopped. He was actually winning on two of the judges' scorecards when that fight was stopped. So again, unfortunate situation, just the bruise in his body, the way his face or body reacted, to those punches. Hey, it looked crazy, just being honest. But again, man, he had a comeback fight against Luis Cuba Arias, dominated him, stopped him, looked good in that fight, established a jab, same Lubin we know and expect, you know what I'm saying? So I'm curious to see, you got Jesus Ramos, young guy, 21, 22 years old, you know what I'm saying? He's coming off, he fought on the Benavidez plant undercard. He stopped Joey Spencer. And I believe it was like 7 or 9. Stopped Joey Spencer, dropped him in the first round, beat him up. You know what I mean? Honestly, just beat him up. That's what it was. So, again, that was a good fight as well. I'm kind of curious as to why, Team Ramos felt like Lubin is the guy for them. You know what I mean? This is a Southpaw versus Southpaw fight. Lubin is definitely cracking. You know what I'm saying? We did see Jesus Ramos in somewhat a tougher fight against Luke Santamaria, who isn't a 54-pounder, but they did fight at 54. So I'm curious. I'm curious for that fight, man. I'm curious to see excuse me. I'm curious to see how that fight is going to play out, man. So again, man, it's that card is crazy work. You know what I'm saying? You got your Danish Ugas versus Mario Barrios. I think Mario Barrios is a live dog in that fight. Ugas ain't fought since April 16th, 2022. Getting his eye broke by Earl Spence Jr. You know what I'm saying? So this guy coming off over a year layoff. You know what I mean? Well, a year and sheesh. Yeah, a year and some change. Yeah, a long layoff. So Mario Barrios, we seen him fight earlier this year against what's my man name? He fought against the guy Adrian Broner fought. Santiago, his name is Giovanni Santiago. That's who it was. We seen him coming against Giovanni Santiago. And he looked good. You know what I mean? He looked good, handled his business. Barrios, man. I mean, he took a Keith Thurman fight. He took the Tank fight. You know what I mean? So hey, you can't be mad at a guy with a fight like that off coming behind Tank and Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? So I think that should be a real interesting matchup. And then the fight of the night, I'm gonna say it. The opener is the fight of the night. And that's Armando Resendez versus Elijah Garcia. That's gonna be a banger. That is gonna be a banger. That is gonna be a banger. And if you don't believe me, if you don't believe that's gonna be a banger,
To the knowledge, nigga.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Go back and look at Marcos Hernandez versus Armando Resendez. Go back and look at Jared Hurd versus Armando Resendez. We just seen Elijah Garcia versus Kevin Salgado. That was a real good fight. And especially we got to see the young 19-year-old, 20-year-old make some early adjustments in that fight. And not early adjustments, make some adjustments down the stretch and pull that fight out because it wasn't looking too good. Then prior to that, we seen him stop Vidal. Damn, my phone keep dropping. Excuse me. Something must be going on, man. Phone dropping. But we seen him stop Amir Vidal, Amilcar Vidal, previous, and I think that was on the that might have been on the Benavidez card as well. I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, hey, Barber, what's going on? Shout out to Barber Choice, man. A-Side Boxing Talk. Salute to you, Barber. What's going on? How you feeling? But nah, Elijah Garcia versus Armando Resendez, that's gonna be one. I promise you, man. When I tell you that's gonna be probably one of the fights of the year, believe A-Side when I tell you, man. Believe truth when I tell you that Elijah Garcia versus Resendez fight is gonna listen. I'm going out on a limb right now, and I'm gonna tell you that's gonna be the fight of the year. I'm telling you that's gonna be the fight of the year, man. That is going to be the fight of the year. That one got action packed all over it, man. And again, you got to give respect where respect is due, man. Shout out to Tom Brown, man. Shout out to TGB Promotions, man. Shout out to PBC, man. They've been kicking ass the whole year. The whole year. Boxing is back. You got some of the Monteros and the Steve Kims and the weird Paulie Malignaggi's and all of that. You know what I mean? That was trying to tell you that boxing was dead and trying to tell you that this fighter was better than that. Man, listen, man. Fuck those guys. We here. This boxing is here. It's here to stay. So let them talk. But we getting great fights. We getting great content. We getting great work in the sport of boxing. And I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? So hey, at the end of the day, you know what it is, man. You know what it is. You know what it is. Listen, man. I'm happy to be back live, man. Barbara Troy said that Canelo versus Charlo pay-per-view card is fire. And I'm hearing we supposed to be getting Andre Darrell and Vosdick too on that card. You know what I'm saying? So that card is going to be one of the ones. Yo, shout out to Mike Geyser, Big Blunts and Boxing, man. What's good, my boy? How you feeling, my guy? Yeah, man. So again, like I said, yeah, y'all see the title, y'all see the thumbnail. We got Shadasia Green coming in, Sweet Terminator coming in the building. I'm just trying to make sure everything is good, Gucci. You know what I mean? Make sure everything working out. You know what I'm saying? Let me see something. Uh-oh. All right, bet. Yeah. So she should be in here soon. She should be in here soon. So yeah, nah, for sure. My man Big Bunch of Boxing said that card is fire. Yeah, fire, man. Fire. That might be the card of the year. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, man. All right. Well, listen, my people. We got our special guest in the building, and I ain't gonna hold it up no further. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man. You got your day Green in the building. How you doing, champ? How you feeling?
I feel good, man. How are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. Listen, I can't say that word, but I'm just getting over that number 19. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say, YouTube get funny when you get to saying that word. So I'm just getting over that, trying to get back right. But how you feeling? Everything good?
Yeah, man. Everything good.
Okay. Did you train? Did you train today? Did you hit the gym? You back
Of
in the
course,
lab?
of course, of course.
Okay. Okay.
That's why I had to push it up a little bit because some family stuff going on. But um, I just got back from the lab not too long ago.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So I ain't even gonna hold you up too long. We're gonna get into it. Matter of fact, happy belated birthday too. I know you had a birthday this month. You know what I'm saying? So happy
Uh,
belated birthday.
Many blessings, man. Thank you. Appreciate
Facts.
you.
We the same age too. Word. Nah. And it's funny, life is, life take us in a lot of places, but we gonna go ahead and get it started, man. You from Patterson, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
How was it for you growing up in Patterson, New Jersey?
Man. My my upbringing and my experience as a child could be a lot different from other people. Due to my parenting, my
Okay.
mother is a very influential part of
Mm-hmm.
my success and my discipline. and my stepfather, God rest his soul. So, my upbringing was beautiful. I never really to like I got it from the mud. I worked for everything that I have, but I just
Word.
never had to experience the rule things. You know, my mother was
Mhm.
very, very, very strict. Um, she made me stay committed to anything that
Mm.
I invested in. It's funny today because she's not an athlete,
Yeah.
but I have memories of her reading the newspaper and them saying like, yeah, she can't shoot from outside the 3 point line. So she started waking me up at 4:30 in the morning, 5 o'clock to shoot 300 3 pointers, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm talking about bullshit passes. Like she
Yeah.
passed me the ball is horrible. I mean, so and now with this boxing thing, she went crazy. Like she's gotten crazy. We beefing over the fact that I didn't knock out Olivia Curry. You know, so yeah, like
Yeah.
so. Me and my mom is just like she's the best mother that somebody could be to
Right.
to a kid to kids who have a dream or could be a little bit reluctant or could possibly be a follower. She wasn't having
Mm.
any of that,
Sure.
and my siblings, and so many people need that in the streets of Patterson, New Jersey.
No, that's a fact. And to be completely transparent, I'm from Newark, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, he here in the chat, RBZ. He was used to live in Patterson. You know what I'm saying? So I remember going from Newark to Patterson. He used to have me in the Alabama projects. You know what I'm saying? We used to be
Grew up
all
there.
down.
That's where I
Word.
started at. I'm a
Okay. Yeah.
town pup. Take
Yeah.
me up and
DPG. I
down.
remember, like I used to be down through there, man. And I remember I never forget this one time. He used to live like on 10th Ave, you know what I'm saying? And I never forget this one time we was going to the Jacks and we saw this dude riding on a bike, and I'm looking, he like, yo, we gotta go. I'm like, what you mean? It's one dude on the bike. He like, yo, that's them Dominicans from 17th Street. They about to spin the block. It's about to be a lot of them. We gonna have to run to the projects. I'm like, yo, no, I'm not running. Yo, them boys came back around that corner. It was like 15 poppies on the bike. We got up out of there and got right
Yeah,
to the Jacks, man. That Patterson wasn't no joke. And for those that's watching that don't know, Newark is tough, but Patterson is a fighting city.
oh,
If you know anything about Patterson, y'all really got the hands out there in Patterson, man. So nah, for sure. I knew it wasn't nothing easy about growing up in Patterson.
no.
Um, I'm curious because reading up on you, I seen that you was the truth in basketball. So how did you go from being kind of like real nice in basketball? Like how did you even pick up the boxing gloves to start with?
I played for Patterson Eastside, very East
Yeah,
Side.
yeah,
Essence Carson was a dominant player, a dominant force. I wanted to play against her. I wanted to go to Patterson Catholic with my friends, sign myself into school, got financial aid. All my mother had to do was sign. But my mother already had a vision, a dream for me.
yeah,
Now I done started shit with Essence Carson. I done started shit with everybody.
yeah.
The whole summer, we had
Mhm,
master rounds. Every time she on the court, I'm playing against her. Like I want her to know I'm better than her.
mhm.
So all of my friends was going to Patterson Catholic, so I signed myself in the Patterson Catholic. My mother went the last day. They like, Miss Green, all you gotta do is sign here. She like, yeah, my daughter not coming to Patterson Catholic. She's going to Patterson Eastside.
Mm.
When you go to Patterson Eastside, you automatically know the name Edward Black,
Yeah.
just like you know Henry Baker for the men's team.
Mhm.
So now he put me on freshman. He not giving me no playing time on varsity. I'm scoring 50 and 60 points on freshman. My mother's
Mm.
like, put her on varsity,
Yeah.
get the varsity. Essence graduate, I take over. But after every game, he had some criticism. He was like,
Mm.
your footwork, you're not in shape. I damn sure wasn't going to run track. I hated running.
Yeah. Word.
I walked down the street. I was living on Ellison. I walked down the street on Park Ave. It was
Mhm.
a gym called Ike's and Randy's. Walked into the gym. I met a Barry Porter. He had sunglasses on, his feet kicked up on the desk, watching the gym. But he looked like he was asleep, but I knew he wasn't asleep.
Word.
And I'm hitting the bag. I signed up. I'm hitting the bag, but it just don't feel right. So I say, "Excuse me, sir, can you help me?" And it took off from there. Everything he taught me, I fell in love with. We
Mm.
used to stay hours and hours and hours from the gym, but at the same time, remember, I'm nominated All American, All County, All State,
Word.
scholarships, all offers from everywhere, all over the table. So my mother, like, we gotta lock in on this. Coaches, college
Mm.
coaches, Wendy Larry at my house, sitting at my table, getting bit by my little boxer dog. I'm in the gym. Nobody could find me. My mother calling
Yeah.
me. I'm not answering the phone. She called my trainer, like, look, my daughter got scholarships here waiting for her. She's not going to the Olympics. Send her home. Barry come to me,
Mm.
like, look, I ain't got no scholarship for you. Go ahead and go to school, graduate, have a good time, do your thing. And when you come back, we can link up. And that's
Mm.
exactly what happened. I
Word.
went to
But let me stop you real quick, Chan, because I want to. It's something I want to point on. I want to get to in there. So in that time that you picked up the boxing gloves, right? Obviously you start to find a love for the sport. Now, would you say that your fighting style was similar to how you was on the court? Like was you a finesse player and a finesse boxer, or was it something different to where you might have been a finesse player on the court, but boxing you was just kind of running through people? So that's what was attracting you to the sport.
Nah, it's finesse and finesse.
Okay,
A
okay.
lot of people don't understand that I'm more in love with my skill than my power.
Mm,
People really don't understand that. Like,
okay.
go back and watch that fight of Olivia Curry. She was tough, but there's so many like that. I grade myself like a C. There's so many things that I look at that I could have did differently to finesse that, but
Yeah.
I just wanted to show people a different side of me. Like, I'm gonna go and get it, you know.
Mm.
But definitely finesse, finesse.
Yeah, no,
No,
that's dope. And again, and I was about to get into the mom dudes because I read that. And I mean, she gave you a hard time when it came to boxing. And she wanted you to go to school, vice boxing. Now, with hindsight being 2020, do you kind of agree with the decision to go to school first and then box down, or you feel like you still should have went the Olympic route first?
I wouldn't change a thing. She had a plan. She's older than me. She's an elder. She's been here before.
Hmm.
Trust in your elders. Follow their lead. Um, my mother ran my life for a long time. Still similar to this day. She makes like real important decisions in my life. So, and she's never steered me wrong.
Well,
Even I disobey her at the time, or I'd be like, "Ma, I ain't doing that." I
well.
always get around to doing what she told me to do.
Mm,
You have to trust in somebody 100%. And besides my wife, I don't trust anybody more than I trust my mother.
well. Are
So
you
I
dropping
I,
gems?
I wouldn't change that at all.
Nah, facts. You dropping gems. All right, so you and it's funny again because life always take you in a circle. It's crazy how you from Jersey, I'm from Jersey. You decided to go to ODU. I decided to go to the Navy, so we both was on Hampton Boulevard. You know what
Uh,
I'm saying?
uh,
So it's just funny. It's always funny how life worked. But you go to ODU and you do your thing there. Like you wasn't no. I mean, side player. Like you was handling business. Was it ever a time while you was playing college basketball where you was like, you know what, man, I'm kind of doing my thing in ball. I'm gonna just say forget boxing, man. I missed my shot. I didn't go to Olympics. Like, forget it.
Never. I was even boxing when I was in Norfolk. I found the gym. The trainer wasn't as good as I would like to have been, but
Okay.
I would sneak off to the gym just to stay in touch or whatever. And I was
Mhm.
training, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
ODU during the summer, you got a lot more free time, but there was never a point where I was like, "We gonna do this full force and not box."
Yeah.
That's honestly ODU. It was just keeping me occupied at the time. I wanted to
Okay.
do the best that I could, and I wanted to excel for my team and
Yeah.
excel as from an educational standpoint. But I never lost my touch with boxing. I loved it. Uh, uh,
Mhm.
I cared about it, and I wanted to do it
For sure. Now, after you graduated or after you finished school, how how quickly did you go back to boxing?
right away. I came home
Mm.
because it was a deal. My mother said, "Listen, go to school. You hand me a degree, you get your life back." I got that degree, ran across the stage, came home, moved back home. Here you go, mom. Ended up
Nah. So talk to me about your amateur career. What's some of the kind of tournaments you won? What's some of the fighters you was with? Like, what you remember about the amateurs?
I just remember having 5 fights and going to the nationals and winning the nationals and being ranked number one in the United States of America.
Mm,
And then I went to camp. I went to camp and I met up my teammates. My teammates
word.
was at light heavy Franchon Cruz,
Mm,
at super middle Clarissa Shields.
mm,
Um, I met, I was in camp with Marlene Esperanza, uh, Christina Cruz, Virginia Fox, Michaela Mayer, all
okay.
those girls
Yeah.
who were put on me before me. I just remember sparring them and them calling me Super Shay. And I remember me and Clarissa sparring and having fireworks. Like they would fly me in and right off the plane they were like, you and Shield's gonna spar. And
Mm,
the momentum of the gym had shifted. It could have been two, three other sparring matches going on. We was sparring on the floor the first time
mm,
and people would surround the ring and this when I first had an introduction to Billy Wash
okay.
from uh Katie Taylor's old coach. He started coaching the USA's, and they was like, "Watch this with Kay Karoma. Watch this." And me and her would go back and forth, fireworks, and they would watch and be like, "Wow." So I went to the 2016 World Championships, which is my
Mm,
Olympics because I was a heavyweight at the time.
yeah.
And this is the first time that I've ever experienced this. I fought every single day.
Mm,
Day I have went from fighting once a year to every single day. I had a hyperextended elbow. Russia gave me a concussion. I had a broke hand that Barry had helped me through, and I fought every day and won and lost to Kazakhstan in Kazakhstan.
yeah. So was that a loss that you think you really should have won, or you think it was like
I
I
got
kind of
outworked. I got outworked.
okay, okay,
I
respect.
was a heavy. I was a heavyweight. It wasn't necessary for me. It wasn't necessary for me to run as much as I do now.
Yeah.
I didn't have to really discipline myself completely how I do now.
Mhm.
I wasn't giving up anything. I was fighting at what I was walking around at.
Word.
I could get out of the gym and eat whatever it is that I wanted and, run minimum, but I got outworked. The commentators tell you the story. Like, she wasn't better than me. She wasn't more skilled than me. She just
Mhm.
wanted it more and
Yeah.
she hard. And I promised myself that I would never go through those exact sentiments again. I would
Mm.
never be outworked again. And I will put my all into to being victorious.
Word. Now, okay, you go pro 2019. Talk to me about the decision to drop 40 pounds and start fighting at super middle. What was that like?
Women's heavyweight wasn't appealing. Wasn't
Mhm.
no money there. From what I know, Clarissa Shields was at 168. She told me that she was dropping down.
Yeah.
Clarissa always fought at 165. She's small. She was smaller. So 168 was a division because of her that she
Mhm.
can't enter this. So it made it more appealing
Yeah.
prior to, and even Layla Ali and whatnot. So the lower I can get, the more notoriety I can get.
Mhm.
So I took like a year, like 6 months. I signed with Kenny Porter and Sean Porter. They took me out to Vegas
Mm.
and started dropping pounds. And then I came back home and I stayed with it. And I knew that that weight class was my weight class and where I could be successful at. And it's been a journey.
Word.
Um, they're doing their best to keep me from becoming world champion.
Mm.
They're doing their best to uh, keep me off the scene, but God has a bigger plan. God
Mhm.
has the final say, and I'm working when even nothing is in front of me with a date. I'm
Yeah.
just working on getting better
Mhm.
and pressing forward.
Nah, for sure. Now, 2019, you do go pro. Your first fight, Brianna Kirkwood. What you remember about that fight?
I remember just me being real nervous. It was a South Carolina fight, so it was
Yeah.
something feet wet, and she was saying a lot during during the face off. I'm just like,
Yeah.
and my teammates they like, you don't even know the half, like, and
Word.
they seen me train, they seen me spar, so
Mhm.
I'm just like, my best time after the fight is always after the fight. Like once I
Word.
Once I'm victorious, I walk back to the locker room. Then I'm having fun. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But leading up to it, like, it's my first fight. It's my first time having to make weight. I got to cut
Mhm.
weight. Like, it was crazy. But
Yeah.
that was it. You know,
Do you remember how much you got paid for that fight?
nothing.
Whew. Well,
I,
I was about to say them checks different now, but I know them checks different for sure from
yeah,
nothing.
I remember going to McDonald's, getting the double cheeseburger with extra onions, no pickles, a 6-piece nugget, and fries, and that was my payment.
Damn. Yeah,
Yeah.
hey man, yeah. Well, we in better places now, so it's all good. You know what I mean? Definitely, you done found your way. Now, in my personal opinion, which is just my opinion, it seemed like you was already in a place where you was making traction before the signing with most valuable promotions. What led to that decision to you signing with them with Jake Paul?
I needed a powerhouse,
Hmm.
somebody that with Jake Paul and Akisa, they they they, they more so have the brains for stardom,
Yeah.
uh, superstardom.
Hmm.
Make the right moves at the right time. Some of these promoters have great qualities and whatnot, especially in the stance of female fighting and female boxing. But the difference between those promoters and Jake Paul and Nikisa is they know how to make stars. If you
Yeah.
have the ability and you have the talent, they do the right things at the right time. I mean, the post, the
Hmm.
just building a humongous fight. There's
Yeah.
nobody that's doing it like Nikisa and Jake Paul. And I say Nikisa because he's a business partner
Yeah.
alongside with Paul. He's who I talk to, and he's one of my managers as well.
Okay.
But here it is. Jake Paul has never really had an amateur career and has come on the scene and just exploded and is doing more pay per view numbers than your average pound for pound fighter.
Yes.
Um, if you add, in addition to your skills and your mindset and your discipline, with stardom, um, platforms,
Yeah.
and visibility, who does it better than MVP?
No, you're right. You're right. Now, and it kind of pivot from that, kind of to add on to that question. When Jake Paul first came into the sport of boxing, and still now, it's still some people that still feel away now. A lot of people felt like he was bad for the sport. A lot of people felt like Jake was a joke, like he wasn't nobody to be taken serious. Did you have any of them type of reservations before you decided that you was going to sign with him and become a part of his team?
Absolutely not. I mean, I thought about it, of course. The other person that I always thought about was Eddie Hearns,
Okay.
um, because every promoter has their star that they're
Yeah.
going to promote and going to be head over heels for. Showtime and PBC. When there was Floyd era, there was nobody bigger than Floyd.
Yeah.
Now a bunch of people.
Hmm.
Speedo offered, but I knew that he was always going to be about Clarissa Shields.
Yeah.
Boy never really showed interest.
Yeah.
Eddie Hearn, a plethora of fighters, and he does a great job. But MVP, they showed me something with. Look what they did with Amanda Serrano. Amanda
Yeah.
Serrano here is have been hustling and grinding, her and Jordan, for such a long time and not being paid properly
Yeah.
and being promoted properly. But the
Mhm.
skills, discipline,
Yeah.
she was paving the way for us. It was all there. They took her. They I won't say they took her. They teamed up with her, and now she's the highest female fighter, highest paid female
Mm.
fighter ever to grace this,
Yeah.
even with our ancestors. And I don't mean to
Mhm.
call them ancestors, but with
Yeah,
our
yeah,
with
yeah,
the legends. She's the highest paid female fighter. So when I seen them do that, and then they signed H2O, who's a a star,
yeah. Ashton, yeah, he a dog.
phenomenal fighter,
Yeah.
guaranteed star,
Mhm.
and the boy just he brings that star quality. He from the way he walked, the way he talked, the way he dressed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So me being a third signee, I had faith in who was my mentor, Amanda Serrano, and who I started to fall in likes with, which was Ashton,
yeah,
and how I seen Jake Paul conducted himself, and how I seen Nikisa. Um, put on these shows and platform and make that commitment to making boxing because it's a showcase.
For sure.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
They basically wrap all of that in one and present a show. Now,
Yes.
what you do with it, what you take with it, where you're trying to go is yourself. You know, so
Yeah.
I have faith in them, and I always said that uh, they will be one of the ones.
No, facts. Right now in your division, you probably number one in every sanctioning body. Um, Franchon was the champion. You got skipped over somehow by Savannah coming off a loss to Clarissa. You know what I
Mm.
mean? But either way, we here now. Um, the Savannah Marshall fight, is that something that you want now, or do you feel like you need a tune up or another step up before you get there, or you ready to scrap now?
I'm ready to scrap now. I
Yeah.
don't need to tune up or skip up for Savannah. My last performance was my last performance. I
Mhm.
showed people another side. There's so many things that I could have did better,
Yeah.
but put Savannah in front of me and you'll see greatness. I
Mhm.
deserved that shot. They don't understand that the more and more that they make me wait and they so called waiting me out,
Yeah.
be worse. It's going to
Word.
be worse. I
Word.
promise it's going to be worse. Savannah is the agenda, the only agenda, the main agenda, the number one agenda. She's
Yeah.
dinner.
She said she what?
She's dinner. And
Talk
I
about it.
if you know me, I don't eat breakfast or lunch.
Word. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Now, both of y'all got power though. I'm gonna keep it 100. Both of y'all got power. Um, what do you that fight night? Come fight night. What do you think is gonna separate you from Savannah Marshall fight night?
Staying true to the game plan, listening, trusting in myself, discipline, believing that my strength and my skill set and my power is greater.
Yeah.
My mind, and just the fact of how hard it is. Like, let's be real. Savannah got those belts easy.
Word.
Didn't go for that fight. Somebody picked her to dodge.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here it is. I've been busting my ass in the super middleweight division,
Mhm.
working my way from the bottom to the top, and I'm still being bullshitted around. Excuse my French.
No, I'm with you. No, I'm with you. And that was the next question I was going to ask because now with the franchise issue, right? Um, will that be like a Earl Spence Keith Thurman issue with you? Keith Thurman didn't give Earl Spence a shot. And once he didn't have his straps and Earl did have these straps, now Thurman was trying to spin the block and get an Earl fight, and Earl never gave it to him. Do you feel like you're gonna be kind of similar with Franchon, where once you become undisputed, now you're gonna have to run through all these hoops and do all this to get your shot at me?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Word.
And at the same time, as I know people like, nah, you can't do that, but hell yeah. Who are you? Where you come from?
Word.
Same thing you did to me. You went across the pond for the money.
Yeah.
Okay. Same thing, bro. You ain't
Mm-hmm.
know me. We weren't on a team together. You ain't know me. We ain't had those mishaps in the amateurs. So why should it be so different? Why do I have to be the bigger person to do that when I'm your mandatory? And
Yeah.
MVP is known for being one of the highest promotional companies to pay female fighters along with Eddie Hearn. But you needed to go to Boxer, who Boxer now is trying to keep the belts over there and sign a bullshit PF, whatever. And
Yeah. The MMA joint. Yeah. PFL.
why wouldn't they though? Why wouldn't they though? Franchon came over and handed them the belts for a check. She sold her
Mm,
belts.
mm, mm. Now we know obviously you backed by Jake and most valuable promotions. She's with Boxer. She the champion. You should be the next fight. Is that a fight that you want to? Do you want to go to England and take them straps, or do you want to try to get her over here to make that fight happen, or do you even care?
I don't care. I'm not gonna toggle with it. England, if that's where it's at, I'm going. Let me get
Yeah.
my England colors ready. Let me search the weather. See if it's
Nah,
hot over there. What I gotta do, what I gotta bring, what I gotta pack.
nah, facts. Nah,
Like
nah.
I want those belts that bad, man. They trying to keep a sister out, man.
Yeah, that's the game. That's the game. Yeah, we know that. But at least the good part about it is at least you got a team now that's in place that's going to mitigate a lot of them games that they like to play. You still hurdles with jump, but you in the best position possible right now, for real.
Yeah.
Um, What's going on with you and Clarissa, champ? Like, it seemed like it seemed. I'm gonna be honest. Like, and I'm a fan of yours. I'm a fan of Clarissa. Um, I'm personally getting the vibe like you the new talk of the town, and she don't like that. You know what I'm saying? And maybe she want to get at you because your name. I'm not saying your name is next to hers as far as accomplishments yet, because obviously you still got to win the titles. More fights got to be had, but it seemed like she get a little chippy when it come to you, man. Talk to me about that.
It's the skill wise. She know what's up, and
Yeah.
just like skill wise, I know what's up with her. Clarissa Shields is a great fighter, but what a lot of people are mistaken and missing, we have history together.
Mhm.
I've said this story before, and I'll say it again. Me and Clarissa used to be close, very
Yeah.
close, and we used to spar a lot.
Mhm.
And she fought Christina Hammer for her
Yeah.
undisputed, but I think it was for undisputed. I went to Christina Hammer's camp to help her prepare for Clarissa Shields.
Mm.
That was a no. That stopped our friendship. We
Okay.
were supposed to sit down and talk about it, but again, we're not talking about some friends that, hey, Clarissa, hey, we were tight.
Mm.
We was on the same team. So she would call me out to come to camp and train with her, but I wasn't comfortable with asking her for money to take care of my family.
Word.
Why?
Word. Word.
My, this is my USA sister, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, she always, anytime I did a GoFundMe or anytime I was raising money to go and fight at a tournament, she was always the first person to donate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, so when she turned pro, I was still in the amateurs, and then that happened, and we just never talked. She
Mhm.
never found out truly from me. She found out from my one of my other mentors, which was Kendall Holt, by asking her
Okay.
how she feel about me going to Christina Hammer's camp. But it wasn't just about the money with Christina Hammer. Christina Hammer had about 20 something fights, and I really wanted to test to see where I stood up against a champion.
Mhm.
I had two fights at that time, so I wanted to see, if I was good enough to really be doing what I was doing. So I didn't tell her, didn't ask her how she would feel. I went, and that's when the beef started. Uh, Before then,
Mm.
she was always telling me like, "Look, man, they gonna want us to fight each other. We gonna break the bank, and
Yeah.
do what you gotta do." And she was always like, I'm moving down. You can have 168. Like
Yeah.
I said, it wasn't just an ordinary friendship. We was tight.
Mhm.
So with that being said, for years I understood what I did wrong.
Yeah.
That's why. And at first, when she would always come at me, I would be reluctant to respond. But
Yeah.
okay, enough is enough. I did
Facts.
what I did. You're not gonna keep coming at me crazy. You know what I'm about. You know what's up with me. You know
Word.
how I'm coming. We shared the ring with each other. Stop playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because now it's like you want me to just keep being in somber, but it makes for a good war. It makes
Yeah.
for a good war. So
So so if you once when you get past Savannah Marshall, is it safe to say that that's the fight that we're gonna see after that?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely, she want to fight me, and now I want to fight her.
And do you think again now? And I respect your honesty because most people not going to come on the internet or going to go live and say, I messed up. I did something that kind of ruined that, not ruined, but I did something that took our friendship in a different manner or in a different place. Do you think that that's a relationship that y'all commend once y'all get fight or once it's all said and done? Do you think that's because you said y'all was close? You know what I'm saying? So is
hmm
that a relationship that you think could be fixed? Once the fight is out of the way?
I don't think so. I don't know. I
Mm,
would say I don't think so, and I don't know because Clarissa, we grew up different,
yeah.
and um, she had trust issues prior to me.
Mhm.
So with that being said, it's like how like it probably would never be as close as it was. How do you
Yeah.
trust who would do that without communicating with you?
Mm,
And that's just something that I have to take on the chin.
word.
Because she was always a great supporter of mine. She came to my last amateur fight before I tore my Achilles. So, or
Okay.
after I did. Me, you know, I grew up. I grew up a little bit different. My siblings would steal my shoveling money, and I would forgive them after a while. Like,
Yeah.
um, it doesn't make it wrong or right, but what I did to her, and she let me in, um, probably not, especially if I whoop her ass. You
I
know,
heard that. Yeah.
who want to accept that? You know.
Nah, yeah, nah, facts, facts. Nah, you right about that. So, that yo, listen, that was 100. That was real talk. I'm gonna definitely clip that and put that out. That we definitely just had some real talk. But right now, I'm gonna get into my section. I like to call a ring walk. That's why I ask you a couple questions, kind of see how you feel. Some boxing related, some not. And then we're gonna wrap up the interview, champ. First question: have you ever had any jobs outside of boxing?
Yeah. Um, I work with disabled individuals,
Okay.
providing daily care. Um, I train kids,
Mm,
adult children. I work with Patterson Recreation, which is to facilitate and teach sports and mannerism and motivation and confidence to young kids that are growing up. You know, Patterson Recreation provides camps and after school programs to keep
yeah.
the adults and young kids busy, you know, not just busy, but give them a safe haven. Um, I've done a lot, man. I run
No.
my own
No.
business
Mm,
uh, called Boxing with Sweets. That's another personal training gig. So,
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, nah, that's dope. Okay. If money was no object, what kind of car would be in your garage?
be an old school car.
Mm.
You ever saw the movie? What's my name? John Wick
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
car that he had, and it killed his dog and fucked up and stole his car.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Yeah, a little
That
old school. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. When you getting prepared for a fight, whether it's the gym or whether you sparring, gym, whatever you getting prepared, what's the music that you listen to? That you know what I mean?
old
Turn up.
school, Bobby Womack and Womack,
Mm,
Cheryl Lynn, SOS Band,
okay.
James, Michael Jackson. I love Michael Jackson. I got him tatted on my leg. Anything Michael, uh, Aretha Franklin, um, man, who else? Janet Jackson,
Mm,
Luther Vandross,
okay.
all old school, man.
But
All old.
let's talk about that because usually when people getting ready to fight or they ready to turn up, they listening to upbeat, turn up music. What is it about the old school music that really puts you in your mood to go and do damage like that?
It was rhythm. The song
Mm.
told the story. You heard the musicianship within the song. Now I don't know what the fuck they be doing with these beats.
Nah, word.
You know, Shaka Khan. I came out to Shaka Khan my last fight. Like that's music to me.
Yeah.
I'm old soul. You know, that's all that's on my playlist, man. For
No,
real.
no, that makes sense. Okay. After the fight is over, what's that gotta have comfort meal?
Spaghetti.
Spaghetti, word?
I cook it myself.
Mm.
My
All
whole house.
right.
If I fight on Saturday, get me home Sunday morning because I gotta go to the supermarket to get my spaghetti ingredients, and I'm a chef that.
Word, word. Nah, that's what's up. Spaghetti. Okay. Do you got a talent that we don't know about?
Yeah, cooking.
All right, okay. Well,
And
shit.
I'm a bomb babysitter.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah.
Only my nieces and nephew though. Really, my niece.
I was about to say because I got four. I could drive up. I could drive to Jersey right now. And
But my boys, they too active. But my niece, I just had a situation with her. I get her. It's called Wednesdays with Trinity.
yeah.
If you ever see me post, you'll see Wednesdays with Trinity. I
Okay.
picked her up, daycare, but this Wednesday she was a handful. She didn't want to be
Mm,
out. She kept grabbing my hand, putting her shoes on, walking out. So I take her out. I go to the barbershop to waste time. Um, I took her to the supermarket. Then I take her to Popeyes.
yeah.
Now I don't eat crazy, so I got two wings, which was for her, and the
Mhm.
center breast. The center breast was for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I look back in the back seat. The seat belt is unbuckled. Got the center breast out, blowing it, eating it. I snatched
Oh
it in the front,
man.
start yelling. I gave her back. She ate all the chicken on the way home. I,
Damn.
I called my sister real quick. Come. get this kid, bro.
Word, word.
What happens to her eating beefaroni and spaghettios? She don't even
Nah,
like. I don't understand.
nah, word. Nah, I'm not already knowing. And my last and final question, champ. What do you want the world to know about Shadasia Green?
I want the world to know, to see one day that that I'm one of the the most skillful, and the best female fighter that, or one of them that has ever graced the planet. I want people to understand that. Don't take my humble and my kindness for weakness. It's just who I am.
Mm,
Uh, I've never been handed or given anything, and that this journey is so tough.
yeah,
You got to stay disciplined. You got to stay committed, even on dark days when you feel like your goal is so far and so unreachable. Keep
yeah.
reaching, keep reaching, keep praying, keep working.
No, for sure. And I got one last question for you, man, because we seen Clarissa talking about Keith Thurman, this and that. Would you ever entertain a real fight with a male boxer?
Absolutely not,
Okay. Why is that?
because men are men and women are women.
Understood. What's
We're
understood
built
ain't
different. We're breeded different. We're made different. We have periods. You
mm-hmm.
guys, uh,
True.
this extra chromosome somewhere.
Word.
Even though I get near and I outclass men and I drop
Yeah,
men, and it's just a difference, especially at the convenience of 8 ounce and 10 ounce gloves with no headgear.
yeah,
Um, but to each his own. I don't judge her legacy and what she's trying to do. I'm not downplaying it. I think Clarissa Shields is very, very, very competitive, and
yeah,
whatever she sees fit to make herself great is what she should do.
yeah. No, I'm
My
with you, champ. No.
sentiments are completely different.
Word. Word. No, it makes sense. Well, hey, champ, I appreciate you. This been one of my favorite interviews. I'm not gonna lie. I got a lot in. I had Benavidez this year, a bunch of guys, this and that. But I told you before, me being from Jersey, you being from Jersey, this is something that I had to lock in, and I appreciate you for joining me on the A side.
Of course, man. I appreciate you for having me. I'm sorry about the time change.
It's all good.
I'm
It's
glad
all
we can.
good.
Much love and respect to you, to A Side Boxing. Thank you so much for having
Appreciate it. Appreciate you, champ. Damn, definitely. Thank you.
me. Stay blessed, man. Keep doing your
Will
thing.
do. You too. You too.
All right.
All right, y'all. Y'all seen it. That was good work. I'm not gonna lie. That was real good work. Man, my look, man, my Spence Crawford poster that supposed to be held down by some type gum that wifey put down. You know what I mean? This ain't working, but I'll take it. You gotta take the wins with the losses. You know what I'm saying? That was a great interview. Um Again, it's me being the interviewer. It's not my job, I guess you would say, to say that an interview was good or an interview is bad or anything like that. But I ain't gonna hold you. Listen, man. I'm gonna keep it tall. I'm gonna keep it tall. I think that was a great interview. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait to clip that one up. I can't wait to clip that one up and get them out of there, man. My Spence, I'm gonna put wifey in 10 headlocks because ain't no way that my Spence Crawford supposed to be rolling back up, man. Shout out to my man Gritty too for the Spence Crawford poster. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that was a good one, man. That was a real good one, my man. Um, my man Trill said, I hope they could smooth it over after the scrap. Hey, me too, man. Me too. But you know what, Trill? You gotta respect somebody that come on live and be 100 like that. You know what I'm saying? She messed the relationship up. That's real because she could have came and said, "Oh, Clarissa did such and such, so I went and did such and such with Hammer, and then now this is the reason why." You know what I'm saying? Nah, she said, "You know what? I violated." You know what I'm saying? And again, as men and women, I think too often we look to pass the buck or pass responsibility off on somebody else for things that's she took responsibility and accountability, and you can't ask for nothing more. Taking responsibility and accountability don't absolve you for your wrongdoing, especially when you, like she said, Clarissa never did nothing wrong. uh Clarissa had a back, showed up to the amateur fights, did this, did the A, B, C, D. You know what I'm saying? And she messed up. But hey, man, hey, hopefully one day that they can mend that relationship, man. But Yeah, that was a good one, man. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all? Let me see. My man Johnny, what's going on, my boy? My man Johnny, he gave me the claps. Appreciate it. My man Big Bunce and Boxing. He said, fire content for sure. Remy was good, my boy. That was a great, yeah, appreciate it, my boy. L Dub, Boxtradamus, fire interview, man. Appreciate you, man. Let me see. Barbara, yes, appreciate it, appreciate it. My man Trill. He said, hold on. We back in business, man. Let me see. My man Trill. Yeah. All right. My man, he said, bro, accountability is everything. And she owned that. Can't help but respect it. Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact. Can't help but respect. I mean, she came, she was accountable. I mean, made up for her, whatever she had to do. She made, not saying made amends, but she kept it 100. And that's all you could ask, man. Because most people won't do that. You know what I'm saying? Again, I think that was a great interview, man. I appreciate y'all for joining in and tuning in to A-Side Boxing. I will be live tomorrow night. We're gonna set that up. Maybe go live during the Truck Simpson fight. So depending on Truck Simpson, he's fighting on the zone. He got the OT card. Overtime? Excuse me. He got the overtime card on the zone tomorrow night. My man Boston's was good. You know what? That truck, and I'm gonna say this before we go, man. That Truck Simpson fight is not no easy fight, man. I like Truck Simpson. I think that I know he was one of the better amateur fighters. He had a crazy amateur record, but let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. Listen, Vladimir Hernandez is no joke. You know what I'm saying? Vladimir Hernandez is not a guy that you could go. You want to go in the ring and play with. And if you think he a joke, go back and look at the Vladimir Hernandez and J Rock fight. You could say whatever you want to say about J Rock at 160. That was a great fight. And now I don't want to say great fight, but he showed grit in that fight against J Rock. You know what I'm saying? Go look at the Vladimir Hernandez and Jesus Ramos fight before Jesus Ramos stopped him. He was giving Jesus Ramos all that he could handle. You get what I'm saying? So listen, if Truck Simpson is not on his A game, oh no, that's tonight. I'm tweaking. That's tonight. Yeah, hold on. Oh, my bad, True. That's the matter of fact. That card come on in 15 minutes. What? Listen. True. Listen, y'all gotta excuse me. I'm getting over the C19. And you could probably hear it in my voice. I'm still a little nasally spinal. You know what I'm saying? I'm still a little, hold on. Wait, my man Mike, hold on. Where we at?
I broke my back.
For sure.
What do you mean by that? Your back is broken.
Yeah.
A vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal. Yeah, I broke my back. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But so again, if I don't consider myself the betting guru. Y'all know what I do on the A side. I like to break fights down. But I'm telling you, if you was gonna put some money on a fight, upset, I think Vladimir Hernandez is like a plus 425. That's the fight to do with him. I'm telling you, all right. Don't be surprised if again. I think Truck Simpson should get the job done. But this is clearly the toughest fight of his career. And it's Vladimir Hernandez. I think Vlad Hernandez like 13-4-1 or 13-4-2, some crazy shit like that. But this is clearly the toughest fight of Truck career. And we about to see tonight what Truck made of because Vladimir Hernandez come to fight. I don't know now if he's going to come to fight tonight. I don't know, but Mexican fighter, he come to get busy. Truck is going to have to be on point. So we're going to see. I think Truck is like 13-0, 7 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's a great record, but I think some of the guys on his resume should have been guys that he knocked out already. You know what I'm saying? Like he should be more like 13-0, 10 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? 11 knockouts maybe. So, I'm curious to see. We gonna see. We about to see what Lorenzo Truck Simpson is made of tonight. You know what I'm saying? You say Vlad the Impale. Come on, True. Pause. Where my down? You lucky I don't got pause. Vlad the Impaler, crazy work. It's better. So I hope. Come on, you hope who do what? Come on, True. Nasty comment right there, True. I can't even. True. Come on. Yo, word. I do need that. Hey, bosses, you right. Hey, I need that can pause button, man. Nah, word. But nah, man, I'm gonna jump off, man. I appreciate y'all, man. That was a dope ass interview with Shadasia Green. She need her shot, man. She need her shot. She need that undisputed shot. They was ducking the franchise, ducked her. You know what I'm saying? And and I heard something about the the franchise situation, but I don't want to get too crazy with that. But at the end of the day, man, Shadasia Green, man, she one of them ones that's really, I really like that interview that we just did. Again, this is A-Side Boxing Talk. You know what I'm saying? This your boy Truth, and most of y'all rocking with me because
most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing.
hey man, we is out.